Hello, y'all. Today is Friday, May 20th, 2022 at 1:50 p.m. So, even last night, I thought I was gonna have like a nervous breakdown or something, or go into some breakdown. A mental breakdown or something. Not an emotional meltdown, but like a mental breakdown or something. Because of the lack of sleep. And I almost thought last night, when I was at the restaurant, I almost thought that I was going to have to go to the emergency room or something. So here, tonight, I'm finally, I'm at this homeless sleep spot outdoors. There's that homeless man over there. And so I can't sleep because of too many ants attacking my feet and toes. Too many ants are attacking my feet and toes, and I can't sleep or get comfortable another night. And I think the online gang stalkers, and probably the ones in person also, they probably get paid to have me banned from every place of business, have me banned from everywhere. They probably get bonuses for that. Gang stalking, financial bonuses, and they probably get paid to keep me homeless. So they probably get paid to keep me homeless too. Because I remember when I had my previous job, the online gang stalkers, as I said, they used to threaten me every day, threaten to have me banned from the motel, and threaten to have me, because I would have ended up back on the streets a long time ago. But my prayer must have worked, because they backed off for a little bit, but they used to make threats, daily threats. They used to come on my Buy Me a Coffee page and make daily threats to come and, they used to make daily threats to find out where I go to the library, where I go grocery shopping at, and the motel I stay at, and the schools that I work at. And they actually did follow through with those threats to find out those places. So, and threats were made at me that they were, one of them, J. Demon Rotten Shit. She used to make threats to come down to Pensacola and find out where I'm at and bash my head in concrete. And she used to make death threats at me. So, the police, I can't go to the police for stuff like that. And even if if any other assaults or rapes happen, I can't go to the police. You see, the homeless perp Mary that beat me up a couple of years ago, she's walking free. They let her out in 3 months, and she was supposed to stay like 2 years in jail. But I heard that they made some kind of deal with her. But what deal? And she's still on the streets, though. She's still on the streets. So I don't know how the hell I don't get how the hell a person sold their soul and they're still like for what? And they're still homeless on the streets. And Mary's not even freaking home. She's not even freaking on drugs. She's homeless, but she ain't. I meant to say she's homeless, but she's not even on drugs. And the fake Jehovah's Witness cult ain't doing shit for her. You know? It's doing nothing for her. So, yeah, I mean, even tonight, it's almost, just about almost 2 o'clock, and still no sleep. No sleep at all. And also, it's like ants and mosquitoes are biting me up, because I have a couple of mosquito bites on my thighs, on my legs. So, it's cloudy right now. And, you know, as I said, I need help with, you know, I don't even, I mean, I wouldn't know until later on this afternoon about if the $365 motel will have any openings. I don't know if they have any openings. But I wouldn't, I mean, but they got one extended stay hotel or something that's about $500 a week or something. And another one is like $6 something a week. But I mean, as far as renting a room out of somebody's house, I already told y'all my hindrances and limitations. And then, you know, that's hard. That's just about as hard to get a job. I mean, as hard as trying to get a job. To try to rent a room out of somebody's house. So, you know, people want to see what I look like. I show them a picture of what I look like, and then they go AWOL on me, or they ghost me, or they quit contacting me. Here's a perp right here trying to bribe at me. Yeah, now I put them on film, and now they hurry up and drive off. But ants have even, I mean, they even bit on the bottom of the soles of my feet and the toes and stuff. And, you know, it's like all people care about is to throw in my face, oh, Candy, how you burned your bridges. From exposing narcs and perps. Exposing so many narcs and perps. People want to say, oh, you burned your bridges. And I mean, no. Y'all gang stalking smear campaigns is what burned my bridges. I didn't do it. You know, so, even professed targets who act narcissistic, if they treat me like a burden or a nuisance or a bother to them, even if it's just for emotional support, then, you know, I feel like you ain't got to worry about me no more. So, but then they want World War III kind of revenge when I block them after they get an attitude and act like they don't want to be bothered. So, man, I mean, like, why is such high traffic around here at 2 o'clock in the morning? See? But y'all say Candy's not being gang stalked. For my twin sister to lie and say Candy ain't being gang stalked, that's how I know she's a perp trying to gaslight me. See, that vehicle was brightening their lights at me, and when I put them on film, that's when they hurry up and drive off. And then those bastards driving slow. But, you know, as I said, me being sleep deprived today, it would have to be a day where I would have to call off from work because I just feeling weak and not feeling good. And to be days of sleep deprived. I can't believe Starbricker lies on me and says that I eat over 3,500 calories a day. I mean, and she wanting to try to guess. Trying to guess and tally up what she think is my portion sizes and stuff like that. You know. And then she admits that she's fat too. Well, if you fat too, then shut up. You know, you don't want dying of cancer. So, they so badly don't want me to live and survive that for me to try to be productive and and have the desire to want to make my own living and be productive, you know, they want to make it like that's just being greedy and money hungry. And then, you know, they want me to join their cult. So then they say stuff like, your way of doing things is not working. And they want to coercively just control me. And some people call the gangstalking thingy the behavior modification. And so that's why they keep trying to control, you know, just psychopaths who they get paid to meddle in your business and destroy your life and act like they think they own you. And they delusionally believe they're your handler. You know, and then the flying monkeys do, you know, they go out of their way to do more damage than the chief narc or the chief perp. You know. So I mean, as I said, I can't believe how people don't care about you being stuck out in the rain to get sick or even die or get injured in bad weather. They don't care if I would get struck by lightning. And people, if they feel like, well, you did this yourself. No, I didn't. The gangstalking network did this to me. You know, mobbed me out of the community and you know, bullied me out of my own home and made me feel unsafe. And, you know, everywhere I tried to live. So, I mean, they want to interpret things the way that they want to rather than the way I explained it or the way that would truly happen. And even if I were to have made mistakes, people always tell me to forget about the past and let go. But they want to, I'm starting to feel like the online gang stalkers that they just want to, not that they don't understand and just making mistaken assumptions, but I think they are malicious with their false accusations and twisting everything. And then they twist what I say and then be like, see, well, Candy can't even get her lies straight. No, you can't get your lies straight about my truth, and you need to butt out my business. But I mean, this hate Candy Grandpre cult that's going on. This hate Candy Grandpre cult that's going on. It's idolatry. It's idolatry. You know? And I already wrote a blog post talking about the hate Candy Grandpre cult. So, you know, later on, I guess, I'm planning I've been thought about this for the past few days, thinking about writing a a blog post and call it the fake hate candy Grandpre cult gospel. It's gotten to that point where, and even professed targeted individuals, they tell me, don't go link on your twin sister's page or watch her videos or anything. And then sometime down the line, they tell me, they confess to me that they've been secretly watching my twin sister's videos. And I'm like, well, you're the one who was, you were telling me that she was an Eastern Star and a perp and everything and showing me her hand signs. So why all of a sudden you do stuff like sneak behind my back? And you sneak behind my back and be watching her videos and then make like you got more rights to watch her videos than I do. And then justify it saying, oh, there are two sides to a story. Well, I have more right to watch her videos than you do. And then you want to try to frighten and intimidate me and bully me against watching those same videos that you hypocritically go behind my back and watch. How the hell you a stranger and an outsider think you got the authority to restrict me from watching my own twin sister's videos, but then you go and watch them and say, because I have that right. Nah, you're a narcissistic faggot, bitch. That's what you are. You ain't got to worry about me no more, and you blocked out of my life for good. And then he wanted to say, well, damn, do you think that everyone is a narcissistic control freak fake friend? I hope you don't feel that way about me. Well, now I do. Because, people like that, they know their place and know they'll know their place and know who to shut up towards. And when it comes to people like me, if they feel like I'm meek and humble and everything, they feel like they can dog over me. But other people who truly are perping them, they feel defenseless and scared and know their place and wouldn't even, trying to tell them off. And then you sneaking behind my back and doing dirty stuff and perping and gaslighting me and then reverse it on me and lie and say that I'm the one who's perping and gaslighting you, and then you making like you gotta protect your energy from me. But in the first place, they all do stuff like, try to love bomb me and tell me they think I'm chosen by God and have a pure soul and stuff like that, But if they want to tell me you're highly intelligent, but then treat me like a retarded toddler or something with no common sense, like I'm too dumb to know left from right and you're almost young enough to be my child. So, yesterday that narcissistic perp Garrett, he had proud, arrogant mannerisms yesterday. And he looked like he was under 25. And it's like, wow, I'm 38. And you think you got the authority to ban me. And you're almost young enough to be my child. And you're treating me like this. As I said, I went into the cafe. And stood in line, quiet. Oh, Candy, you're not supposed to be in here, remember? I said, I was told that I am allowed. No, I'm about to call the police. And then he started to call the police, and that's when I put him on film. And that's when the commotion starts, and I tell him off, because I'm like, you ain't going to ruin my life. And he tried to say, well, Alexis isn't here anymore. And he lied and said he was the manager, that Garrett guy. And then he had Garrett, and then he under that he had the name Gary. So I mean, that's why I said, it's like, y'all want to ruin my life. All I got to do is be present or exist somewhere. And you don't want me there. I mean, you don't want me there, so all I got to do is exist. And then all of a sudden, y'all have like a conniption meltdown and make threats to get me locked up in a mental institution or jail threats. And, you know, oh, I'm going to call the police. And I did nothing. I mean, and he lied and said he was the manager. And then the James guy just sat there and let him do whatever he wanted and then try to tell me you're making it worse. No, he shouldn't have started in the first place. I mean, they should have at least got the real manager. I mean, you sell your soul to the devil just for a coffee shop management position? I don't get it. So, as I said, I'm exhausted. And, you know, with my disability, I thought that me, you know, writing my short stories, or maybe if I could work on writing novels and more writing projects, you know, if I can make a passive income or something. Well, the perps already shut down me making a living from my ebooks and writings and stuff. But, you know, they can target and traffic and torture me and sabotage me all day, every day. But all I did was write a one-time book. And I didn't even mention their names. I just did like a brief summary. I did a brief summary on my targeting. And all of a sudden, they wanted my blood. So, they don't care about me being forced to be out here on the streets in the rain and menstruating and not really having much change of clothes, you know. And now I don't even have any of those bladder pads. Yeah, I use the bladder pads as maxi pads, you know, and my, I mean, so I'm on my last one and need to get some more. I mean, I hardly have clothes now. Only a couple of outfits. But as I said, getting away from Tricia's house was like leaving a burning building. And I wish people will wake up and understand that she's a perp masquerading as a TI. And manipulative and playing games and practices witchcraft. And then everybody wants to, you know, glorify and applaud her and stuff. I mean, Starbricker was even, I thought I remember her even getting mad at me for refusing to go by strangers' houses and you know, and now she tried to make it like, oh, she's so dumb for going by a stranger's house. Well, targeted individuals go by each other's house, or if a homeless TI would go stay with another TI all the time. But a lot of the times, the person posing as a target would be a perp. And sometimes, you know, you take a gamble on going by that person's house, or going to stay by that person, or even two professed targets meet up. And it's like a perp masquerading as, you think that's a legit target until you get, and you're blind to their subtle perping until you meet them in person and kind of find out they're not targeted at all, and they're perping you all day, every day, and trying to trigger you to want to snap. And so, they lure you in and try to, you know, they lure you in and have you sacrifice. But it's like the majority of targeted, that's why the reason why the TI community is so messed up and everybody want everybody to shut up and ignore. And, you know, nobody's being supportive of each other. And there's only a few of us crying now. A few of us suffering and crying. Because the majority have already sold out. And I didn't realize the perps can be so covert and tricky and sneaky. Like Tricia. And her being falsely glorified as more of a real targeted individual than I am. And she got everybody deceived. I've been very blatant and overt with showing my targeting and suffering. And, you know, when they can't manipulate me the way that they want to, or when they can't get the control that they want, they freak out. But then once they get in the control that they want out of me and the sabotage that they want, that's when they laugh at my suffering. So, I even, you know, it's like, I even just, cut off contact with Tricia's friend too, because, I don't know, it's like, I try to ask Tricia's friend if, you know, the reason why y'all were having like some problems or issues, I try to ask, well, you know, was Tricia perping you too? Well, she didn't want to believe that Tricia was evil or bad, you know, or she didn't want to say that Tricia was evil or bad. But she kind of acted like she was annoyed at me, you know, trying to tell what happened. But everything that Tricia lied and said, well, not everything, but a lot of stuff that Tricia lied and said I did to her, her friend said that Tricia did that to her. So if Tricia's friend said that Tricia was in her house throwing tantrums and slamming things and, you know, yelling a lot, but then Tricia just got there and trying to bully her, younger than me, and trying to bully, harass, and lecture me, trying to talk about throwing a tantrum in my home. Well, bitch, you fucking provoked me. And then, why the hell is Tricia trying to take brownie points for helping me? But then, at the same time, she was borrowing money or something from her friend. That she was roommates with this friend for like two months or so. For about 2 months, she was friends. She was roommates or something. And Tricia was living underneath this person, and then some weird stuff started to go on and stuff. Like, before I got down there, I thought that they both were such close friends, and Tricia lied to me and said that, you know, you'll be safe and surrounded by a lot of TIs and stuff. Tricia lied. You know, so her friend, I only met her in person like once. And it was very short. She just dropped off stuff at Tricia's house and then left. So and I felt like, well, Tricia was giving me money or donated me $280, but then $100 of that I paid back. And plus I left a lot of stuff at her house that I couldn't take with me, but she's probably evil enough that she just wanted to be sadistic and waste the doggone money. But, well, that's more toilet paper and soap and stuff that you're going to have to go and spend money on. You could have used that. You know? So Tricia lied on me and said that I had a whole bunch of Bluetooth headphones. I never used Bluetooth, ever. Never in my life used Bluetooth. I had I think it was the Skull Candy earbuds that I had. They were on sale for $7.99 last summer. So I gave her a pair and gave her a few gifts also, even if they were small gifts. You know, I try to give her a few little gifts as appreciation, for letting me stay there, but I didn't realize that she had a plot and an agenda, that during that time. So, never again, whether you're a real TI or a perp posing as a TI, I'm never taking anybody's suggestions or offers to go stay by them. And then they even have men who be like, well, I'm weighing, let's see. Oh, wait. These ants keep attacking me. If they might be like, well, I'm in, Salt Lake City, Utah. Why don't you come live with me? Hell no. But New Orleans, as I said, she manipulated me into letting my guard down by trying to tell me you'll be safe and surrounded by a lot of TIs. That's like when the last guy that raped me, he lied and said that, oh, you'll be safe because my grandmother is there. Well, his grandma was there and he still raped me anyway. But I did not realize that guy was a multi-time criminal. And he was younger than me. And for somebody to be 9 years younger than you, controlling you, and smothering you, and putting you in moves where you can't, in positions where you can't breathe while raping you, and taking advantage, and then treat you like you're slow and retarded with no sense. So, as I said, I'm cutting away contact with people who are younger than me and think they can discipline and handle me. Even older than me, I don't like to be treated like that anyway, but you're younger than me, don't you treat me like as if I'm your child. And you don't even treat your own children like that if you have any. Or your nieces and nephews. You treat them with more respect. But everybody wants to dog over and devour me. And they figure I'm a weak, defenseless punk. And then when I stand up to them, I'm a troublemaker. Or if I expose them, oh, I'm wrong for throwing people under the bus. And I better learn my lesson and not ever throw anybody under the bus again. Well, you told me not to be scared, so don't get mad that I did it to you again. So, just fuck y'all. And, you ain't got to worry about me no more. You don't have to, if you want to do stuff like make false promises to pretend like you're going to call me in 5 or 10 minutes. And then, next thing you know, you go AWOL on me or ghost me. And just randomly make yourself unavailable for a couple of weeks. I don't have time for those doggone games. And then when I confront you about how fake and manipulative you are, the first thing you'll say is, oh, I'm not going to be there. Oh, nobody's going to be there at your convenience all the time or something like that. But if you say you're going to call me tomorrow, well, why lie about it? Or why be a chronic liar? If I say I'm going to call somebody, the majority of the time, I usually follow through. I don't just leave them hanging for weeks. Make false promises to talk to them tomorrow, and then deliberately, randomly make myself unavailable, and then go weeks without talking. And then I'd be having panic attacks, being afraid that person is mad at me or wonder what I did or said wrong. And, people aren't as straightforward with me all the time. The way, if you keep your secret dirty feelings about me for 2 years, but at first trying to butter me up and love bomb me and say, oh, you're chosen. And then, discreetly just start gaslighting and manipulating the friendship. And, as I said, I'm not going to I mean, it's time for me to try to start to fight back. And just like, you know, I wasn't going to be a submissive, scary pussy, even though I'm a female, and just let Garrett, you know, talk to me the way he did. I put the camera on him, and he hurried up and tried to run. Y'all saw the doggone video. Yeah, so I'm sorry if I'm bouncing around from topic to topic. But yeah, I mean, if Tricia borrowed money from her friend, well, like, if you're borrowing money from your friend and you're needy and dependent, then why you donated me any money if you were why you donated me money if you were dependent and needy and didn't have your own place and living underneath people and so then so that's why people were saying watch out, and that's shady, because they say, well, how the hell all of a sudden she just randomly at the last minute get herself a new place and then send for you to come and live there, you know? But it seems like as if Tricia's first attempt to contact me, I think it was February or March when she made her first YouTube comment, and she tried to tell me to ignore the gang stalkers, and my first instinct was to block her and figure she was a perp. And she would love to say stuff like gang stalkers can't kill you. And she would try to say, oh, by law. By what law? I guess she's trying to say whatever spiritual law that gang stalkers can't kill you. Well, I guess she used that to try to throw me off and distract me, because people were saying that she was trying to sacrifice me. And it's something traumatic like that, and all y'all gonna say is just shut up and forget about it and move on and don't talk about it no more. But they can do their fake live streams and groups and get lots of thumbs up. But every video of me mentioning Tricia's name, they make sure I don't get no thumbs up. And they make sure I get nothing but thumbs down as punishment for ever mentioning her name. But you know, I mean, you know, so as I said, Tricia was, I mean, how the hell Tricia wanted to take brownie points for helping me? And I never really asked Tricia for any money. And she told me to ask her friend for money. And I said, well, you know, I really didn't feel comfortable, you know, with going directly and ask somebody, another TI for money directly, you know. I usually ask in general on a video or in a tweet on Twitter. And, you know, if you know, I usually ask in general, and if anybody volunteers to pitch in, I do it that way. But, you know, Tricia voluntarily offered to help me, and she had an agenda, and which I didn't know in the first place. But as I said, some people were saying that Tricia was using me as a sacrifice or a come up to get out of, for her to get out of gang stalking. And if she was going to sacrifice me for the senior management job position for $100,000 a year, and she was rubbing it in my face, and then she wants to get mad and be like, Candy's all about money, copying off the rest of the online perps. Tricia thinks she's smart, but you ain't smart copying off other people. You know, as I said, she wanted to be Monique so bad and copy off of her. You know, you have a whole alternate account with your legal name. You just take off the PA. You know, so she wants to copy off of Monique with the, she using my legal name or using my government name. Well, Monique went to use an account with her mom's name to come harass and cuss me out on another account one time. So So, I mean, I remember when Monique and Michaela, 144 Cali K, and Uniquely Made Warrior, I remember when they used to be targeted. Now they're not targeted no more. You're not going to be a real T.I. and bully somebody without cause for not having I haven't even done you anything. In the first place, I never did Michaela anything. All I did was say that, well, she teamed up with my twin sister. And that's when she come with the harassing slander videos and fake memes and insults and bullying and stuff. And as I said, Michaela and J Demon Rotten shit, they the chief reasons why my tooth is messed up now. From them causing me depression and stress, you know, which led to my tooth being messed up. So, which I never in my life had happened before. So, yeah, I'm still trying to figure stuff out. If Tricia was so poor, and even she was perping me, but when we were at the beach, and she rubbed it in my face and said that all the good things she get in life, she said, oh, I just got lucky, I just got lucky. So if Tricia said she was homeless for 2 hours on the streets, and then I don't even know how she got this red car. I think she said that somebody donated it to her, or they gave her that car, or maybe gave her a cheap deal on a car. And she felt like she couldn't help me that day. Or there are times when she would voluntarily offer to donate me some money. And like when I was at the beach by myself before she came in, the couple of days before she came and got me, I was at the beach. And she offered me the money for an Uber to go back, and I said no, thank you. You know, I got it. You know. So, you know, I mean, she tried to make it like as if me and 2 other TIs had burned her. How we burned you and you the perp? So I mean. If she said that, and it's like, well, wow, you say that you make like $30,000 a year from your online position, and you say your friend made $80,000 a year, and so some weird stuff happened between, you know, between them and stuff, and so it's like, well, if your friend, you want, this person keep brightening their flashlight at me. So if you, so it's like if you make $30,000 a year and your friend make $80,000, it's like, well, how she couldn't help me with $50? Well, I heard that her friend, that Tricia's friend, had helped her. You know, Tricia's friend's money was used to get Tricia in that house some kind of way. I don't even know, some kind of weird way. So I heard that Tricia's friend had basically went broke trying to help her out, and I didn't realize that when I got down there that some funny weird stuff was going on. You know. Oh, wow, they hit me with frequencies in my heart. And making my heart feel weird. So, yeah, I mean, so Tricia told me to ask her friend, and I didn't feel comfortable with it, but she insisted that I asked, so I asked anyway, and her friend said no, she didn't have the $50, because I was trying to get $50 more to stay in the, another week in that the $365 motel. And so then, you know, if Tricia was borrowing money from her friend and needed money and was supposedly broke or whatever, but then some kind of way had money to donate to me, I mean, so in total, I guess you can say that that Tricia donated me $180, because $100 of that, I told y'all I paid that back. And then I tried other ways to pay her back whatever way possible. Even if I didn't have the money, I mean, she could have saved a bunch of money on toilet paper, paper towels, and everything. You know, and soap. The fact that I couldn't take it with me. But, you know, as I said, nobody wants to hear the truth on my side of the story. I'm doggone sleep deprived, you know. And so I saw Tricia say online, like when my twin sister tried to discredit me about being sleep deprived, Tricia said, so what? Everybody's tired. So Tricia tried to talk about me being fat and lazy and laying in bed all day and being like a sloppy person, but then she talked about how she sleeps 10 hours a day because of the so-called pregnancy. I figured if she lied about everything else, I mean, what if she's lying about being pregnant? I mean, I can't believe for her to be a supposed Christian person, how many lies she told on me. And then the Rick guy, the fact that he said I lied on him, he's supposed to be Christian. I can't believe it, you know. So, excuse me, people were saying that it's funny how once Tricia get a place, and then once she get her place, she get you down there, and then all of a sudden she changes her phone number, and she got this deal with $100,000 a year, and I think she's pissed that if I was supposed to be that sacrifice, then I guess I fucked her up. If the idea of her sacrificing me was gonna get her that $100,000 job, that's crumbs. It really is. I mean, that is really that is crumbs to sell out for that amount of money. I mean, that you're gonna sacrifice me for a cheap ass $100,000? That ain't much of nothing. I mean, $100,000 a year, that ain't much of nothing. But I'm glad that I escaped. But I'm trying to release and process my trauma, and it re-traumatized me or it furthers my trauma for me to have to be forced out here on the streets. She probably felt like, well, I couldn't sacrifice this bitch one way, I'll sacrifice her another way. Oh, and also another thing that everybody was saying was fishy was Tricia was talking about going to Massachusetts. After I got down there, you know, that after a week or so, after a couple of weeks, she was going to go to Massachusetts. And it's like, well, what am I going to do? You wanted me to go to Massachusetts with you? Or do you want me to house sit? Well, she got an attitude with me about that. When I try to ask her, you know, what dates are you going to Massachusetts? And she got an attitude with me for trying to ask her, you know, what dates is she going. But, so I mean, wow. So Tricia's friend got her the money to get in that house, and Tricia was borrowing money from that friend. And so, wow. If I would have known that Tricia was borrowing money from a friend and was supposedly dependent and needy, then I would have felt like, well, Tricia, I don't want to take your money. I don't want to take from you. You know? But it's like, and then Tricia's friend begged me to go back and try to make a truce. I'm like, hell fucking no. I tried to get her to open her eyes. She wanted to believe that Tricia was this good Samaritan or this good person. And that was telling me she couldn't believe the stuff I was telling her. And she said it was not like Tricia. Maybe Tricia, as I said, maybe Tricia must have recently made a deal and sold out. I got stuff to figure out, you know. But the same people warning me about this attempted sacrifice, and now they want me to just forget about it and move on like it's nothing, and I'm traumatized. I had to cut those people off. Oh, now they don't want to talk the situation out with me. But you know, as I said, well, guess what? I already told y'all that the I'm sorry for so much wind. I already told y'all that the I already told y'all that job with the Zoom meeting, with the marketing job, that it's been 2 days now and they still have not contacted me back when they lied and said that